What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be explaining how to properly expose for SLOG3 in Sony cameras. This is specifically 10-bit 422 sensors such as the Sony Fx3 and all the new bodies that have been coming out most recently. First, let's talk about camera settings. In order to get the most dynamic range out of your camera in the first place, you want to be shooting in these log picture profiles such as SLOG3. So let's make sure your camera is set up properly in picture profile. I personally like to use SLOG3 as you can get a lot of color out of it and you get a lot of dynamic range. There is also wiggle room to play with colors, raise the shadows, bring down the highlights a little bit, but if they're clipping, it's really hard to get those back, so be sure to expose properly. And that's what we're going over next. Something to note when setting picture profile, you can turn detail down to -7. This is important because these camera bodies come out inherently sharp. Now, when it comes to the production side or when you're filming your video, it's important to overexpose your SLOG3 footage. I recommend to overexpose your SLOG3 footage to 1 to 2 stops. Now, there's a light meter you can use for reference, but I would not use this as the histogram is much more accurate. It's important to use the histogram because once you have it dialed in, you can make sure your highlights are not clipping. All you have to do is hit display and make sure you can see your histogram when recording, and you'll be good to go no matter what the situation is. As long as the histogram is showing that your information is in the middle of the graph, you are good to go. You don't want it to be on the left or right so the shadows aren't too dark or the highlights aren't clipping. When filming SLOG3, it's really hard to tell what your color looks like because it comes out very desaturated. There's not much detail or contrast. So we can turn on what's called gamma assist, and it doesn't bake into your image when filming. You go down to the toolbox, over to gamma assist, hit on, and then you have a better reference as to what you're actually getting in camera. I also recommend setting a proper white balance. This is important so your whites aren't too cool nor too warm. This will save you a lot of time when it comes to the edit process later on. What's nice about these Sony bodies is they come with presets, or you can set your own custom temperature, which is super nice, and you make sure your whites are good to go. So if you stuck around to the end, thank you. Feel free to hit the button down below, comment if you liked the video. If you didn't like the video, let me know what I can do better on, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.